So, got the carburetor sitting on the bench. I did find one of these fast idle solenoids. As you can see, the old one is toast. I had to remove it from this bracket here because it was a little different. And got it on there. I haven't tested it yet. I also had to find the little ball with the throttle cable hook on. For some reason, the new carburetor didn't have it. So I got one here. I just got to find a nut for it. Let's see. That's a small one there, but I suspect that nut should be the same. So what I'm going to do is we're going to test this solenoid, see if it works. So I'm going to ground this there, and I'm going to touch this wire here. It's got it hooked on the battery charger. We're going to see, does it work? Yep. One out. Go back in. Well, I think what makes it go back in is once the throttle comes back up. So it actually works. I'm guessing. Let's see if your throttle is like that. It should hold it. See if it'll hold it. That's as far out as it goes. Might have to adjust it. And it's not coming back. The force of it's not letting it come back. So I'm probably going to have to adjust this adjusting screw. That brings it closer. But we'll wait to after get it on the car and crank it up. And we'll have to set the idle anyway. So, but I know this one works. So we're going to go ahead and install the little ball for the throttle, which goes there. And then we'll get the carburetor on the car. Got the fuel filter, new gaskets, so should be ready to go. This thing here is really toast. It won't even, the throttle won't open up. It's full of gravel. I think that's when he was trying to put the fire out. Didn't get in the engine, so that's a good thing. So anyway, let's get this carburetor on there and get this bad boy going. So we got everything hooked up. Fuel line, all the vacuum lines, the passing gear rod. But when I got to the throttle cable, it is froze. It will pull this way. But when you go in there and hit the pedal, it won't compress the spring. I lubed it up, and the reason why is because when it caught on fire, it melted the plastic insert on the inside of that spring setup there. So it won't let it go back in. It will let it move forward, but the throttle needs to pull back in order to pull this back. So I got it soaking. I'm gonna try and let it soak a little bit longer and kind of press down on the pedal. Pedal is, I don't know if you can see it. There's the pedal. It's stiff. I mean, it won't move. It won't move at all. It is froze. So I don't know if it'd be a good idea trying to heat it up. Might make it worse. replace the cable. So I think I've got a cable, I'm not sure, but it's got to work. I mean, I can crank it, but I'll have to do it up under the hood because I can't operate the throttle and turn it over. So anyway, let me see if I can get this cable situation fixed and go from there. Another problem. So we'll fix it. So I found the cable. It's the exact same throttle cable off of Mustang. This is off of one of my 73 Mustangs. It hooks to the pedal, bolts to the firewall, bolts to the bracket, snaps on to the carburetor. Same thing, except I just got to take this little metal thing off of here so it can snap on. And then it goes in this bracket, and like I say, back there, I don't know if you can see it, kind of tight, but it goes back there. So this thing is not going to free up. It's actually supposed to work. Yeah. It's supposed to spring in and out. I don't know if I can do it holding the camera. Whoop. There we go. This one's kind of stiff. There we go. It's supposed to do that. That spring is supposed to compress. So when you press on the pedal, it pulls it. You can see it. Pulls that spring in. Well, the heat got to that one, and there's a plastic insert up inside of here where the spring is. It melted. So, like I said, I was going to try and heat it up with a hand torch, but I don't think it's going to do anything. All that plastic's all deformed, so I'll just change the cable over to this one, put it back on the road. Well, folks, got the carburetor hooked up, throttle hooked up, and got ready to crank it, and it's just a click. Change the battery. So all I'm getting is a click. So I don't know if the starter is hung up or there's a bad connection. Try boosting it. Reposition the cables. Got another battery in it. And I don't think I'm getting just the solenoid clicking. So I guess what I need to do is go up under there and check the starter, check all the grounds, and really check to see will it turn over by hand. I don't think it's locked up. It was running, but for some reason now we're not turning over. So I don't think it's the solenoid that's causing the problem. But the starter is clicking and it sounds like it's engaging, but for some reason it's not spinning over. So what I need to do is start tracing down some things and figure out what it is. I was going to change the positive cable, but we're getting good connection there. So it's always something, huh? So anyway, let me do some more checking and we'll figure it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately the engine is locked up. I don't know if it locked from sitting or when he was trying to put the fire out, did he get water in it? But she won't turn over at all. She is locked up. Let's see. We got a ratchet. That's why the starter is just clicking. Try and get a better view of the pulley. Kind of hard to see. Well, you can probably get a general idea of the pulley right there. But she is not turning. This is this way. Up. Won't turn that way. I'm gonna swap the ratchet and she will not turn at all. Try and get some leverage. It is lock solid. So like I say, I don't know if he got water in it when he was trying to put the fire out and it just set and seized up, or it just set too long and seized up, but it will not turn. I got my torque wrench on it, and I'm maxed out in torque. It won't turn. So next step will be pulling the plugs out and filling the cylinders up with mystery oil, and let it sit. See, can we get it to free up? I need to find out if he managed to get water in it or just set up too long. I know it's set up at least 2 years, maybe longer. So I don't know what did happen, but it won't turn over and the starter is just clicking. So anyway, that's gonna be right now the best update on the Torino to further notice. I'll get the plugs out, check them, see if there's any rust on the tips of them, and try and put some oil in it, and we'll go from there. So just stay tuned, and we'll try to figure it out. Thank you to all the new subscribers to the channel. Just you guys just keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing, and more to come. All right.